What is yield farming? Yield farming is a process of putting your cryptocurrency in the most optimized spot so that it will earn you even more free crypto. Yield is a financial term that means what you get for investing, and the term farming is used because it represents the possible exponential growth you can receive by finding the right place to invest it. To put this into perspective and help get you excited for this video, most United States banks can promise around $1 a year for every $1,000 invested, but some big name yield farming opportunities are currently advertising $3,000 a year for every $1,000 invested. So how do these work? Is yield farming a scam? Before we start this video, you might want to grab a chair and pull up your pants because this topic is a fun one. However, it does get quite complicated. Our job here at Whiteboard Crypto is to make it very understandable, and to do that, you will require some knowledge on topics that we've already explained. We highly suggest that you watch our videos on liquidity pools, impermanent loss, and how an automated market maker works before watching this video. They will greatly improve your understanding, but sticking in line with our original slogan, we will try to make the topic of yield farming so simple that your grandpa could understand it. Let's dig in. Right now, lending and borrowing in cryptocurrency is very new, and because of this, there are a ton of entrepreneurs and developers working very hard to create the next big bank, but with the help of the blockchain technology. Some of these opportunities have a crazy amount of money flowing into them, and yield farming is essentially figuring out the best place to put your money to see the highest returns. Now, there are many different ways to do that, and in this video, we are going to cover 4 basic methods, along with a bonus method. Number 1, liquidity providers. So investors can supply coins and tokens to a decentralized exchange. In return, these exchanges take a very small fee of all the trades happening on their platform, and they give that back to the investors. If there are a ton of trades happening, and the investor is one of a few other investors, they can earn a very high return on their initial investment. So here's a really quick example. Let's say you have $1,000 to invest. So you supply $500 of Ethereum and $500 worth of basic attention token into a liquidity pool on Uniswap. You can watch our video on Uniswap if you have no idea what that is. Uniswap is a decentralized exchange that runs on the Ethereum network. So basically your $1,000 means that you now own 1% of that entire pool because there were some other investors before you who deposited $99,000. And along with your investment in this example, the total of the pool is $100,000. The next day, around $1 million gets traded back and forth between Ethereum and basic attention token on Uniswap. And Uniswap's fee is 0.3%. So this means $3,000 worth of fees were collected during those trades. Well, your percentage of those fees is $30 because you own 1% of the pool. And so you earned $30 in one day based on your initial $1,000 investment, which is a huge return. The money came from those traders who happily paid that fee so they could switch back and forth from Ethereum to basic attention token using the funds that you provided. If you want to, you can actually go to info.uniswap.org and see current rates for providing liquidity. PancakeSwap is another major decentralized exchange that runs on the Binance Smart Chain, which is very similar to Ethereum but has lower gas fees. And QuickSwap is another big player that actually lets you switch out your Matic tokens, which has even lower fees than the Binance Smart Chain at the moment. Number 2, borrowing and lending. Borrowing and lending are 2 big functions when it comes to yield farming, and there are many ways you can produce income with these methods. Let's go over 3. Number 1, lending. Many borrowing and lending services will provide rewards to those who lend their crypto to the platform. For example, Compound and Aave show their lending rates within their app. Some rates for specific coins go over 30% APR, while others are close to 0. And since many traditional banks offer 0.5 APR and the stock market has roughly returned 7%, anything above this seems like a delicious alternative to any investor. Plus, investing is very simple and you can cash out at any time. Number 2, borrowing. The other side of lending is borrowing, and you can make money from this as well. Imagine if you had some Ethereum laying around and you wanted to take out a loan, but didn't want to cash out the Ethereum because you thought it was going to go up in price. You believed in the Ethereum project. Well, you could borrow some DAI, which is a stable coin, and lock up your Ethereum as collateral. When it comes to crypto loans, all loans are always over-collateralized. This means that when you take a loan, you must provide more money than the loan is worth. It might sound crazy, but it means that there is no way you can run away with the money you borrowed because there's something of higher value that you'd rather get back. So continuing with an example, let's say you have $15,000 worth of Ethereum. On the Aave platform, you can borrow and use $10,000 worth of DAI till you wanted to pay it back. Now, of course, there'd be interest, and you'd always want to make sure that you pay that interest off, but whenever you want, you can pay back the $10,000 of DAI and get back your initial Ethereum deposit, which hopefully has increased in value. So you are able to use the value of your Ethereum while still allowing it to appreciate in value. Now, this is a form of yield farming. You can think of this as comparable to taking out a loan on a house. You can use the money of the value of the house while the house still grows in value. We honestly think that this topic deserves a video to itself, so subscribe and turn on notifications for our channel if you can't wait to watch it. The last part of lending is number 3, leveraged lending. We call this lending with steroids. So basically, you lend your money to platforms like Compound or Aave and take what you can borrow and then just reinvest it. For example, if you deposit $100 worth of basic attention token, these platforms allow you to borrow $60 in DAI from it. So first of all, you need to know right now there's a 30% APR for providing basic attention token. So you're already earning passive income through this, but it's not always 30%. Right now, the price of basic attention token is very volatile. That is why the APR is so high. So next up, let's get to the steroid part. You take that $60 worth of DAI that you had, convert it back to basic attention token using a decentralized exchange. So now you have $60 worth of basic attention token and you resupply it back to Compound or Aave. So now you have $160 earning that 30% APR. However, since now you have deposited another $60, you can take out a loan of 36 DAI. Now you can repeat the process, go buy more basic attention token and redeposit it. And by the end of 3 iterations, you have almost $200 of basic attention token earning 30% APR. So this is the important part. You only initially had $100, but you're earning 30% interest on $200 worth of assets. And this is the golden egg of yield farming. Now there are risks. And the first risk you should know about is that if basic attention token's price falls, the platform may automatically sell your positions, which is technically called being liquidated, to cover the lender's funds. You are essentially creating a margin option. And again, this is a topic that could be its whole video. The third form of yield farming is basically staking. So staking is technically a form of yield farming because you can buy coins, stake them, and then you earn more free coins. The first example we're going to go over is Tezos. Currently, Tezos has around a 6% APR, although you have to have the hardware and the knowledge to set up what is called your own staking node that will definitely be reliable throughout the year. One common way to avoid this is to stake through a platform like Coinbase, which takes a cut of that 6% that you earn, but at least you're still earning something. Next up, we have Ethereum 2.0, which should roll out over in the next year. Ethereum is moving from proof of work to proof of stake, which means instead of a bunch of miners doing a ton of work to mine Ethereum, the code is actually changing so that one miner at a time will earn that Ethereum and validate those blocks. You can participate in the network and get the lucky chance to be one of these lucky miners, and if you do, you will earn Ethereum. Again, setting up a staking node is quite complicated for beginners, but platforms like Coinbase are already offering to do it for you for a certain fee. And lastly, we have staking LP tokens. LP tokens are tokens that you get when you provide liquidity. For example, if you provide liquidity to Uniswap using Ethereum and basic attention token, you might receive some of what is called ETH-BAT Uniswap token. These tokens are redeemable at any point for your percentage of the pool's value. However, many platforms allow you to stake these tokens so that you can earn even more interest on them. Why? Well, they want to incentivize you to leave those coins alone so that you don't pull them out and remove your liquidity. And the interest rate that they provide does just that. Now, it should be noted that many liquidity pools will give you their native token, such as Uni or Cake, as a reward for staking your LP tokens. And these tokens are usually deflationary in nature, which means that the platform just keeps making more of them and making more of them, and generally this means the price will decrease. This is why many investors do not recommend investing in a liquidity pool token, because they say the price will eventually go to zero. The last way that you can yield farm is basically just holding coins that have a redistribution fee. For example, the coin SafeMoon has a 10% transaction fee. Half of that 10% is burned forever, and the idea of this is so that the supply of SafeMoon is always decreasing, which theoretically should increase the price because there's constantly less and less of it. The other half of that 10% is redistributed evenly among all holders. So just by holding the token SafeMoon, you will earn free SafeMoon while everyone else does their transactions. You have to be very careful with a token like this though, as nothing like this has ever been scaled to such a large market cap before, and the risks associated with a deflationary coin are something to think about. You should definitely do your own research research before investing in any coin or token. And we should say many experts are saying SafeMoon is a speculative investment because no other crypto that has a transaction fee similar to SafeMoon has been created. In short, even the experts have no idea what will happen long term. As we end this video, you should know that with high return comes high risk, and yield farming does have some high risks. One of the major risks are rug pulls and impermanent loss. We actually have videos on these topics, and you can check them out in the description below. Now, as I said at the beginning, there's actually a fifth form of yield farming that is very risky, so much so that it is practically gambling, but the returns can be doubling or tripling your money in a day. If you want to see us create a video on how this works and the specifics of it, leave a comment below, as we aren't even sure if anyone watching gets to this point in the video. Thank you guys so much for watching this entire video if you did, and please reward our hard work by clicking the like button, because these videos take a lot of effort to write, narrate, animate, and upload. And seeing likes on them tell us, hey, that was a good video, make more like it. Also, consider subscribing if you enjoy this type of content about cryptocurrency and decentralized finance. That's what our entire channel is about. Enough self-advertising though. Thanks for watching. We hoped you enjoyed it. We hoped you learned something, and we hope to see you next time.